what is your take of what you're seeing between such a talented young roster trying to get to the finals after a 68-win season, if not win at all, and then an old warhorse of a team in the Nuggets with an interim head coach? It's just a fascinating 2-2 series so far, Jay.
Yeah, I think it's really depth and amazing defense versus the star power of Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray, and I would throw Aaron Gordon in there. I think the one problem Denver has is they're not healthy. They're not deep to begin with. So contributions off the bench outside of Russell Westbrook are pretty sparse. But with Michael Porter Jr. With that injured shoulder, I mean, he had a great game 3. Scored over 20 points. He rebounded well. He was diving on the floor, defending. But in basically a 36-hour turnaround, David Alamo was telling us that it's hard for him to get both of his arms above his head. And, it's a left shoulder injury, and he's gutting it out. I'm actually, really impressed and have a lot of respect for Michael Porter Jr. going through this, because a lot of players would just shut it down. But this is the time of year where you give a little bit extra. But without that threat, it's harder for Denver to spread the floor. So Oklahoma City can really show a lot of bodies to Jokic. And it's shown. I mean, he's turned it over a lot, at least going into yesterday. I didn't look at all the numbers after yesterday, but going into yesterday, he had more turnovers than assists, and he's got a lot of assists. I think he had 21 turnovers in 3 games 1 through 3, and 18 assists. And, you put 2 on the ball with him and try to double him, he's going to find open people. But if they're not shooters, Aaron Gordon can knock shots down this year. He's really improved his shooting. But if Michael Porter Jr. is not shooting it, they have a hard time stretching the floor against Oklahoma City, and they can close out to those things.
Well, and then the fascinating thing for me watching this series, Jay, is seeing the huddles and how demonstrative Jokic has been on occasion. The overtime the other night, Russell Westbrook looked like the head coach of the Denver Nuggets. What's going on there that you can lend some insight to?
It's funny. Right after the Final Four, I was flying. After the championship game, I flew to Sacramento to do Nuggets Kings.
Right.
And there were 3 games left in the regular season before the playoffs started. And while I was on the plane, I got the notification that Michael Malone had been fired. He and Calvin Booth, the GM, had been fired. I'm like, holy cow. And David Alamo has taken over as interim. And when, I remember doing some Nuggets games during the year, and Michael Malone was saying that, it was great to have Russell Westbrook because he was really vocal and brought a great energy, into practices and games. And it's a largely quiet team. And I think since the coaching change was made, and this is not about Michael Malone, David Adelman, whatever, it seems like the players are trying to take more ownership of what's going on. And Jokic has been way more vocal, to my eye, in the playoffs than he was before. And look, I mean, I think they realize they got a window here, and they have a chance. They're good enough, but it's going to take all hands on deck to do it. And it's been pretty impressive to watch. I mean, coaches always say that you would rather have a player-led team than a coach-led team, and you would rather have the players in the driver's seat with the coach as the driving instructor. And it looks like the Nuggets are trying to do that right now. It's just every game in that series has been so different. There's not been any momentum, and it makes you wonder if momentum exists in a 7-game series, because what happened in one game is, it's totally out the window for the next game.
Well, the next game is on True TV and in Turner networks as well. That's for our colleagues there. That's Game 5 coming up on Tuesday night. Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.